My search for God began long before I knew I was searching for God. But my encounter with God came through an experience of His presence during a time of great crisis in my family, a time of my father's death, and I was a young student. And later, through a beautiful experience of God's presence that manifested itself to me through the music and prayer within the Jesus Youth movement. And in that moment of music and prayer, many of my questions and doubts were washed away. And it was an experience unlike any other in my life. So later, as I continued the journey within the Jesus Youth movement, I realized that we all have a call. And I realized my call was somewhere in the space where, I was called to make God's presence visible and beautiful through what I do, through the music that I write, through the music that we did together in REXBAND, through our performances, through the music ministry, through times of worship, through praise and worship sessions, through the songs we wrote together, through the designs that we did, and through all the creative things that we did for the aesthetics of the Jesus Youth programs and events. This was a call to make God's presence, to make the beautiful presence of God manifest and visible to others. And so I began to realize that sharing Jesus was about sharing the beauty of His presence through what I do and what I create every day at work, in my ministry, in the music that I'm involved in, and in practically everything that I do. And in a sense, I realize that we are talking about culture here. And culture is something through which we transmit a way of life, trends, lifestyles. And within the Jesus Youth, we've always had this idea of making God's presence manifest in the cultures and lifestyles that we live in. In fact, Jesus and the message of Jesus is the most beautiful thing and experience that we can make manifest in today's culture. And deep inside, everyone around us is yearning for this experience, even when they do not realize it. And this is the call of each one of us and who are working in the space of media, culture, creativity, to make God's presence manifest, to make His beauty and His power visible in the things that we do. Perhaps in the earlier times, perhaps in the Renaissance or Middle Ages, we would see that the stories of the gospel and the values of the gospel were very much present in mainstream culture, in music, in paintings, in art, and things like that. Today, in this digital age, there is a visible, tangible need to be God's presence, to live God's presence, and to express God's presence in the diverse fields of culture, of art, of music, of dance, of theater. Perhaps this can be done in three ways. Firstly, to live the gospel and the values within these words and in the spaces that we've talked about. Secondly, to actually converse, to talk, to share our personal experience and the message of Jesus with each other. And finally, to be part of creating works, to be part of projects that bring out, that manifest the beauty, the presence and the power of Jesus. To be part of large projects, to be part of creative projects, to be part of, very different and diverse projects that actually reflect the joy and the beauty and the love of God. And finally, this is an open call. It is not one to be shared or kept within a group of like-minded people. We are called to influence every area of culture. We are called to make God's presence manifest and visible in every part of this world, to go into the heart of our mainstream culture today, to go to the fringes of our culture, and to permeate our entire culture using the diverse talents that God has. And that is an important part of our mission, the mission of our movement, and the mission of our church. Thank you.